have to think twice. It's hard to keep smiling when I try to set things straight. You don't even listen. I'm just getting late, like you're on a mission. Dawn in desire, and you have to think twice. You make me weak. You're the one I see, and I hate that I love you. I hate that I love you. If I could, and I would, carve out your heart, carve out your heart, and I recast it, and I recast it. It's hard to keep smiling when you're closing every door I'm trying to open. I tell you love you more, and you say it's broken. You make me weak. You're the one I see, and I hate that I love you. I hate that I love you. If I could, and I would, carve out your heart, carve out your heart, and I recast it, and I recast it. It's hard to keep smiling when you're closing every door I'm trying to open. I tell you love you more, and you say it's broken. But it wouldn't mend mine.
You make me feel like home. You turn around, I feel the breeze over me. You watch your dreams unfold. Let it come around and let it breathe over me. It's time to go away into the light. I feel the calming energy. I see the darkness coming, and I'm calling you to time to go away into the light. I feel the calming energy. I see the darkness coming, and I'm calling you to help me set me free. I'm calling for you. I'm calling for you. I'm calling for you.
Paranoid, you claim this love that you never started. You once destroyed a broken heart that was already shattered. Holding on to what we have and take us to the edge and back. Holding on to what we have, you take us to the edge and back. This love that you never started. You once destroyed a broken heart that was already shattered. Holding on to what we have, you take us to the edge and back. Holding on to what we have, you take us to the edge and back.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the North American Challenge League Season 8. We're going to get into the playoff semifinals. Vicious Gaming take on Elephant Gang for a place in our grand finals. I'm your host and caster, as always, James Sternap Parkinson. Joining me once again is the beautiful Stokes.
Croatia. So we got him back for the playoffs. That's always good. It's always a good time.
Yes, it is always a good time indeed. Looks like I was having a little bit of issues with my audio settings there, but we are good now. We're going to get back into this. So we're going to see the first two bands coming out here on our first map of Consulate. This is a best of 3 series, of course, unlike the regular season. This is 3 games rather than just 1 map. So we already see all the bands coming out very, very quickly. Everyone's very aware of what they want to do on Consulate here. What do you think of those bands?
Well, we have Glaz, Lion, Mira, and Echo. Also, nothing too crazy. The Mira ban is kind of intriguing just due to the fact that this is Consulate. She isn't used that much. She is pretty powerful in the basement. The Echo does not surprise me as well as Glaz and Lion really don't surprise me at all, just because they are all looking at getting reworked, all except for Echo, of course. But Glaz and Lion do not phase me at all that they are banned out. Just 2 extremely powerful operators for the push, and they really don't want to try and deal with that.
Yeah, don't want to deal with that at all. We're going to move into round number 1 here. It could be Cafeteria Garage defense to start with, which isn't unusual at all for Elephant Gang at all.
No, not at all. I mean, we've talked about this again and again on Consulate. The upstairs site has just become so unviable comparative to the other ones. Usually now it is lobby as well as basement that are the 2 played. And garage is honestly my personal favorite just due to the fact of how many different things you can do to affect the site. You can play the middle level to try and, take up a lot more time and deny that vertical control, as well as you can play even all the way up on the 3rd level to try and get as much time wasted off the clock as possible. And more than likely, that is one of what Elephant Gang is going to be going for. That's usually what they try and do, is try and play those delay setups. So we'll see exactly what they try and do this time around. We do have Avian over here on the mute. We're actually playing mute and bandit on this setup. So I want to see exactly what they're going to try and do with this. More than likely, they're going to be putting those signal disruptors in the drone mute spots, which are just scattered throughout the basement, and then have bandits try and stop the garage. And we'll see exactly what they're going to try and do here.
Interesting mute jammer placement coming out from Avian there. Just, I think he's trying to deny drones coming into the front door here, so that's very, very nice mute jamming placement coming out from him there. Good bit of intel denying, and yeah, I think you are right. I think they're going to be running quite a lot of time denial here. I'm interested to see how Vicious run this, considering they've brought in Ash and not the Zofia.
Yeah, Ash is all about that frag potential. We always discuss this every time we see her. Zofia, a lot more utility based, and she is a 2 armor 2 speed, so she can take a couple more shots. Ash is purely there for the frag potential. That is all she can really do. She really only has quote unquote 2 breaching charges, you know what I mean, unless she brings the other 3 with her. So you're really going to want to see kills coming out of that Ash, otherwise she's basically useless at that point.
Yeah, just talking a little bit about Vicious here as we're getting into the round, of course. If anyone who watched the US Nationals will know that this team knocked Mouse out in the finals there and have qualified for a land spot in Vegas next month. So very well played for them. And that has shown them now a lot of potential. They had a bit of a rough start to the season, but now they're looking pretty good to try and take this. We're going to see Nog already in piano, opening up quite a lot of the vertical play, so great action coming out from him already, but E-Gang are not going to give him anything for free.
No, not at all. That bug play already coming out and tripping. Trying to deny garage is not going to happen. That vertical control already gained by Vicious. They're really going to have to be looking for those nitro cells, as Avian is going to connect with one onto Nog. That is going to be the buck off the board. So very big kill right there. Not too much left to use for vertical control unless they want to dedicate those ass charges.
Yeah, not going to be too much dedicated for vertical control there at all, as Nog will be taken off the board easily, but Oasis will manage to get open panels 1 and 3 of the main garage, so we should be getting in here for a Vicious plant, and honestly this is really good timing from them. 1 minute to go on the clock, and they've still got bags of utility left, but they are 1 man down, so they're going to have to try and make up for that, and don't forget, that is the only person who had nades.
Yes, it is going to be all up to the last 4 of Vicious to try and get this bomb down. They do still have that vertical control, as you can see. Pixel as well as Ash up here trying to hold that right now and trying to make sure that no one else is going to rotate up the bottom of Spiral. But they have to try and make a decision here, try and bait a little bit of utility out. We still do have 2 nitro cells possibly on the board, as well as a whole hell of a lot of utility from Smoke and Maestro still up, as Oasis is going to try and go for the bomb plant here. K9 going to try and stick it, but no, he is going to get that kill. Neptune's going to take 1 down as well with the nitro cell, but Pixel going to be able to pick up Neptune's, but that is going to be the diffuser down, and what a shot from Pixel onto White Van. We do have Lojacks down outside as well. Those Toxic Babes are going to start doing a little bit of work. K9 is going to be able to clean up that last kill there. It is going to be Elephant Gang picking up the first round of the playoffs.
Very nitro heavy setup coming out from Elephant Gang there, but it worked out quite well for them. I mean, as soon as Nog went off the board, there was not too much control that Elephant Gang could really collapse in on, so it wasn't going too well for them right at the end there. But I thought Vicious did well to try and get the plant down and going for the smokes and everything like that. But yeah, really good plant denial coming out from Elfengang. Very interesting strategy, though, for a garage hold. Something that we haven't really quite seen from them before, playing it so defensively, because we thought they were going to go for a lot more time denial.
Yeah, I really haven't seen them turtle up at all. Usually, elephants, I can be a little bit aggressive, except, just changing it up around. I mean, honestly, right there, a lot of, how to put this? They went for a lot of plant denial right there, as we were talking about. Lots of nitro cells, they had Maestro, and they also had smoke. And there was a lot of things that they needed to be able to bait out. And right after that Buck went down with the nitro cell, they kind of slowed down, like, okay, we really don't have enough time to do exactly what we want to do. So they just tried to throw like Oasis into sight and get that diffuser down. But there's so much utility with all the toxic babes, nitro cells, and the evil eyes up. I mean, really, what more could you do?
Can't really do a lot there. I think a lot of that came down to how quickly Vicious could get into sight and start affecting utility, but the fact that they didn't bring the Zofia, I think it leaves a lot to be questioned. You see Rich has brought the Zofia this time, so looking much better already for Vicious. I think that this upstairs take for Vicious has always done pretty well, but interesting to see that it's going to be Nog back on the Buck, and I really thought he would be on the Blackbeard here for this site.
Yeah, absolutely. Blackbeard, such a dangerous op on this site, as we've seen time and time again. But yeah, absolutely. We do have Pixel on it. Pixel has been picking up a couple of those ops between him and Nog recently, which has been working out really, really well. I think they've been doing a little bit of role swapping, as I've seen their play as of late, and it's been really, really working out for them. I mean, they've looked like a completely different team ever since they started really getting things to the grind here these last couple of weeks. And I mean, that's really what pushed them to take that USN win, going to land for that, as well as what's pushed them into the playoffs. So far it's really been working for them. I want to see if they can try and make it work on this consulate. And actually, the last time that these two teams played on consulate, they were so close. It actually ended up being a tie the last time they played. I believe it was play week 3, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was definitely the first time that these teams went against each other. So yeah, I think that this could be a potentially very close match coming in here, but Elfengang already looking pretty strong here. And they're just playing so defensively here. They're not allowing any peaks to come out. They're kind of making this Blackbeard a little bit useless here. I mean, yeah, they've got an angle, but it's going to start off with Neptune's getting the first kill. Oh, the ran there from Pipes downstairs. Rich is going to shut down Avian. However, that's going to be the castle off the board, but traded out for a Habana here. That is not good from Vicious.
No, it is not. We still have Pixel over here playing the CEO windows, and they have plenty of control of that. Bad news bears is we have Trippin over inside of Connector that's going to be able to stop him. Rich trying to push up yellow right now. There is no one inside of CEO, so he is going to be safe here. He just has to worry about someone playing instead of Osseous, and that castle setup is so dangerous right here that they usually run, but nothing compared to what Rich can do. He's going to be able to take down K9, possibly 2. No, he's just going to do a lot of damage to Trippin inside of Flag Hallway. And we do have Lojax going to try and smoke off and swing inside, but nothing coming to fruition right there, as his smokes are going to get ADS. Rich still up inside a bathroom, but he's actually going to get shot through the floor. Neptunes, oh my goodness, what a heads up play from benches. That's going to be Rich's down from bathroom, and that's going to allow them to rotate over and through Connector. Nog's going to be able to pick up Trippin though, but Neptune's going to pick up one of his own. That is going to be a 2v2 situation. Lojax is in sight though, but he has the bomb, but the toxic babe going to take him down is going to be all left up to Pixel, and he's still on the window. He needs to try and get in sight. Are they going to be able to stop the plant here? He's going to try and push up and find a location in which he can plant. He's going to have to try and find one though. Plenty of rotation already came out. We have one on top of yellow right now. He's going to be able to take out Neptunes, as it's going to be all up to the smoke inside a bathroom now, as Pixel's going to try and get the bomb down, but he's going to be able to find him. No, Ghost! Oh my goodness, with the SMG-11's going to be able to take out Pixel. What a gunfight from Ghost, playing things so safe until that diffuser tried to go down.
That is unfortunate indeed coming out there, but Elfengang still holding on flawlessly so far, having taken both of their defenses. But objective rotation parameter might screw things up for them here a little bit, as they're going to go down to the lobby press room. I was kind of expecting them to go to the new site here, but maybe that's something they're holding on to until maybe their final defense here. We'll see how it goes down as we do move into round number 3. Vicious Gaming still unable to find a round here on the attack.
No, not able to find that. And I believe that the reason they're not going to this new site is because of that Mira ban. Mira is extremely useful on that new site, and without her, Vision really is useful on that site. You need that immediate information that she gives with Maestro as well as Echo. No, Echo is banned, but with those two kind of operators, it's not nearly as immediate as she is, to where you can just, okay, they're right there, I take my peek, and come back in. Then you have, okay, I'm on camera, they're right here, gotta get off the camera, then rotate out, and it's just not nearly as effective as what Mira can do on that site, and therefore it makes it pretty dangerous. The only other real thing you can do right there is play Pulse underneath, but since that floor is hard, you can't nitro cell anybody that's going to try and get inside of there from the main lobby. You can nitro cell them from underneath right there, as you can see the wood floor from where we'll usually be inside of tellers, but that's not going to happen anyways. We are going to be on the lobby. We are going to have Pixel back on the Blackbeard.
Yeah, we're going to see Pixel back on the Bloodbath in fairly similar situation coming up from Vicious. They seem to be taking almost the exact same lineup for almost all of their attacks here. You'd kind of expect maybe a little bit more smoke play, or maybe a little bit more combined utility play, if you know what I mean there.
Yeah, a little bit more. They're playing a lot of operators are just standalones, to where you can just do whatever you need to do personally, and combos really don't work too well with them. I mean, you do have Buck with the nades, we have the things to open up sight, and we also have concussions to try and clear out people from sitting inside of corners, as well as we have our angle holders. But besides that, we really don't have any of that combo utility like you were talking about with smoke plants and stuff like that. So it honestly begs the question on when they're going to try and make the adjustment.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens here and see if Vicious can still keep this going. I still don't think that this is a bad idea from them, but we will see Nog just opening up the top of that. That's going to be trying to get some nades through into Projector or Meeting, whatever you want to call it there. As we'll see Repels coming out from Pixel. It's a pretty good roam clear coming out from Vicious so far. They haven't been able to get a pick for it yet, but they are clearing the roamers out. And this is going to be an important part about taking lobby and press room.
Yes, it is. Pixel already showing a little bit of his face on site, as well as showing his little face is Neptunes, as he is going to pick up another Nitro Cell kill. Neptunes has been so dangerous so far on this Valkyrie roam, and that Jackal does not seem to be stopping him at all. Might need to start clearing out this middle level before they try and take anything, just because of how dangerous he has been so far. But it was going to be the Buck off the board once again. No more nades. No more real utility to try and use on the site to open it up. Besides Zofia, we do still have those smoke nades on a Jackal as well, but that's going to be nothing compared to the evil eyes of Avian. As we are going to have a kill come out from Trip, and he is going to down one inside a connector, is going to be able to clean up Rich, and then it is going to be Zofia off the board, so another utility already gone, as Blackbeard's going to get taken out from Avian, and they are just wrecking house right now. Trippin going to pick up another one from CEO. He's going to be all left up to Oasis to try and clean up this round. But now Trippin going to be able to take him down, and that is a perfect round by the boys of Elephant Gang.
Absolutely flawless defense coming out from Elephant Gang there. Very well done indeed. And I love this bit of an aggressive hold coming out from them right above here, using the Maestro Cam in combination with Trippin's just pure frag ability. So great intel and then just great gunners overall. Elephant Gang just unable to refrag anything that went down there. And it seemed like they had a pretty good roam clear to start with, but then it very much slowed down. I don't think there was enough drone work coming out from them to realize what exactly was happening with that situation.
Yeah, exactly. Those pre-placed drones are something that really help out with clearing map quickly. They really need to focus on trying to get drones set up preemptively in order to drone out exactly what they need so far. And that's really what Neptunes is preying on right now with those Nitro Cells. Just no early early drone usage to try and find her. And he's just using that to his advantage. I mean, Jackal has done absolutely nothing to try and stop any of these roamers, and that's really what's hurting them right now. And that last setup right there was the typical Elephant Gang that we see. Okay, we put our regular anchors on site, everybody else roams, we use our utility to try and help out our roamers, and just able to take them out all on cross angles. So some very good play coming out from Elephant Gang.
Well, we'll see how it does go down as we move into round number 4. We're going to see another basement defense coming out from Elephant Gang. We'll see how they take this. And I'm expecting, again, this very conservative strategy coming out from them. Although this time we do see Avian on the Vigil rather than the Mute.
Yes, we do, and I'm going actually to expect that they are going to have Valkyrie play a little bit off-site, possibly like bottom of Spiral or something like that, to try and help him out just a little bit. The way Elephant Gang does run the roamers is they always have someone there to try and get a potential refrag, which is exactly how you want to do it. So I really do expect them to try and run that with Neptune. I'm going to expect this is going to be Neptune's Avian trying to run things throughout this map, and that's exactly what we're going to be seeing right here, ladies and gents.
Yeah, completely correct prediction coming out from there. And again, I wouldn't say it's a fairly nitro heavy setup as it was last time, because they did have one more nitro in this setup. So it is going to be more of this aggressive strategy coming out from them. So a little bit of change up in tactics coming out from E-Gang there. And it's going to be another admin take coming out from Vicious, it looks like, with the drone word that's coming out. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with the admin take, although sometimes if you're attacking that bottom floor, it can take a little bit too long to go, like, a complete roam clear, right?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But the one thing about it is it does clear the entire map, so you don't have to worry about anybody roaming in, per se, like tellers and stuff like that, because you do just clear out each floor as you go down. But the one thing that is bad about it is the timing. You have to be very, very quick with it. Your drone work has to be quick and efficient. Otherwise, you are going to get to site at a very, very delayed amount of time, to where you don't have that time to try and bait out those smokes and find the evil eyes and so on and so forth. So, as actually Nog's going to be getting in pretty quickly here, already down here by the admin stairs, as he is going to be starting going downstairs towards lockers. We'll see exactly what their take is going to be here. Could this potentially be a kitchen take?
It looks like it, and it looks like they are going to get a little bit more utility issues coming out here. Nog already going for the 360 nades, but it is going to be Rich on the Zofia, which is something you didn't bring the last time they attacked here. So already doing the work there and taking the Maestro cam off the board, as Oasis is going to be opening up onto that hallway there. But it's not looking too good for Vicious here, but oh, what a shot from Oasis! I am so amazed he just won that fight. No refrag coming out at all from E-Gang. That's already Avian off the board, and that is a beautiful starting frag.
Yes, it is Avian just trying to rotate down and find exactly where they're pushing, but is going to find a bullet instead. Oasis extremely injured after that gunfight, though. They do still have K9 over here inside of the central office, and this could wreak havoc. That LMG is so dangerous, as everybody knows. Only 58 seconds left on the clock as well. So there still is a lot of utility usage on the board. They have to try and get these frags right here. If they're able to frag out Ghost and K9, I see this round definitely going their way, but there's still all that utility that they can use, and that's one of them right there. Toxic Babe going down the hallway to try and prevent anybody trying to push through that smoke, as they are just trying to find out exactly where they want to push through. Oasis dedicating some flashes over there near pipes, and another Toxic Babe going to be dedicated over here near kitchen door. And it looks like the push is going to be going up pipes hallway. Is Neptune's going to be able to take out one? Is he going to be able to take out two? No. Nog, though, going to be able to take him down. His Triple's going to go for two. Nog's going to be able to refrag that, though. Is going to go for a 2v2. Nog's going to go big with another one. Goes off the board. Is going to be all left up to K9. He's going to get a pistol kill, ladies and gentlemen. The Bailiff coming out as he's going to be able to take down one. They both have very minimal health here. This is practically a 2-to-1 bullet gunfight, depending on which weapon is used. 6 seconds left on the clock. The Mark's coming out, trying to prevent Pixel from Nog from getting a plant down. And he's rotated in, and that's going to be an easy cleanup from K9. A very, very educated play right there.
Absolutely beautiful 3K coming out from Nog to really bring back a round that I thought was for sure going into the favor of E-Gang. Unfortunately, not able to bring it in all the way, and will go down without planting the diffuser. And still, E-Gang flawless on these defenses so far, 4-0. I'm amazed that Vicious haven't been able to find a round on the attack here so far.
Yeah, me as well. And I'd say the biggest issue for them is those executes onto site. It just seems like one of the Elephant Gang players is just able to break through and get one of those rotations down and are able to clutch up the round every single time. We've seen that twice already. And if they are just able to try and clinch down a little bit more, or get drones in useful locations to where they can try and find them after all that fragging happens, that could definitely try and help them on those offensive takes. We'll see if they try and make an adjustment here. They already dropped Jackal for the Capital, but no other adjustments coming out just yet. This is going to be the last round of attack for Vicious Gaming, and maybe they got some tricks up their sleeve for the other side of Consulate.
Potentially. We might be seeing the way the bans have gone here might favor the defenders a little bit more, but honestly, with the way that the bans have gone, I think it's kind of even both ways, especially because Blackbeard is still on the board and Valkyrie is also still on the board here.
Well, I mean, in complete honesty, with the two offensive ops picked, they just got the two most broken current operators off the board, which is good. I mean, they're both getting reworked right now for a reason. So we got both of them off the board. So the rest of the ops on both sides are, as you said, relatively even, which is really, really good. But Elephant Gang has just been reaping havoc so far for this offensive unit of Vicious Gaming. They really need to try and get a little bit more drone work out here. Treppin actually making a very, very smart play right here, going to 11 hit the castle door, just so it is only one hit off, where they can just rush up Spiral if needed. But as we are playing Consulate, what do you know? We are going to be witnessing an admin take once again.
Yeah, Vicious yet again going for this admin take, and as you said, can be pretty consistent for them, especially for this top floor take. They did get a decent amount of control last time doing this, so we'll see how it does go this time for them. But still, something is going very inherently wrong here for Vicious, and yeah, I agree with you that the drone work hasn't been perfect from them, but I think it's more drone work looking at the utility and looking at the setup and thinking about how they want to take that, rather than just drone work purely looking at operators.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. They definitely need to try and get an overall vision of what's happening throughout the map. And I think that they definitely have been failing at that as well. It seems that they've more or less been like, okay, they're here. Let's just try and push this. And it's been getting very, very close, but no cigar as the 4-0 is up on the board right now. Typical setup by Elephant Gang here. This is exactly what they ran last time. And this setup is very dangerous, as you're going to be seeing K9 get those X-Kairos pellets off the wall of meeting room. And Smoke playing in there as well. Typically played in there with a shield, but no shield for him right now. But, I mean, it is Ghost, so he can really do whatever he wants back here. The man is so dangerous on this operator, as he is going to be shooting the X-Kairos pellets off once again, wasting so much time. And it is going to be all the X-Kairos gone from Oasis's utility, as those evil toxic babes are going to be going down right now. Not too much going on for Vicious right now. Trying to get a little bit more drone work in here and just really trying to figure out where they can push there.
Trying to find out where they can push, but Oasis will manage to push down and get the first frag of the round. There goes Neptunes, and there goes K9. What? How does Pixel win that fight, getting those peeks out from the balcony? And Ghost is just going to run into the A side, gets gunned down. That's going to be a 5v2, looking very, very good now for Vicious Game to try and take this. Trippin still on the board. However, Oasis is just going to gun him down. Avian going to be the last one remaining. Does manage to find LoJax and gets another one. What a shot from Avian. Takes down Rich's head. And the plant is going to have to start going down. But still 40 seconds left to go on the clock. Avian still gets another one. He's going to down Oasis and Nog and Pixel. Both very low, but Avian low himself. Still very clutchable. And he has still got one of those impact grenades left remaining. The revive is going to come through. Avian peeks around, and he downs another one. How does this happen? Oasis will get revived, though. Avian peeks around, and Pixel will deny him the clutch. Takes him down. Vicious Gaming take round number 5 finally on the board. But what a play from Avian.
Yeah, Avian made that round so close. The amount of health that everyone had on Vicious Gaming at that time was so low. So low. I'm actually surprised he didn't try and dedicate that impact nade at all. But 4-1 in favor of Elephant Gang, as we are going to be going into the role swap. That is going to be the boys of Vicious Gaming now on defense, while Elephant Gang is going to be staring down the barrel of 1 round comparative to their own 4. So they're in a pretty good spot right now. Only need 2 rounds in order to clutch up this map, unless Vicious Gaming wants to do something special and bring this back. They are going to be starting downstairs. No bandit selected for them, just the mute.
I think that's fine, though. Like, trying to bandit trick on this is very, very, very hard, and you kind of have to base a lot of your strategy around it as well, which E-Gang did do. They had a lot of the nitros coming through, so we'll see how it goes this time. I'm kind of interested to see how they want to set this up exactly. I do like the addition of the Legion here, although with the way that we're seeing E-Gang's roster going, it looks like they are expecting this downstairs take to start with, and they have brought the sledge accordingly.
Yes, they have actually switched off of the Buck for that. So, same operator, just this one sledges instead of shoot shotgun shells into whatever it's trying to open. But over here on the defense, we do have a castle. So I'm going to expect a mid-level, as we're seeing right here, mid-level play, as well as Legion coming out. So definitely something out of the ordinary is going to be happening here, which is going to be extremely fun to watch. We're actually going to have 3 levels played here, ladies and gentlemen. So this should be a pretty cool round to watch, as we are going to have LoJax here on the Legion, playing upstairs in Flag Hallway currently.
They're playing it in the way that I really thought that E-Gang were going to be playing it very, very aggressively. They're just trying to waste time as it comes through. The Consulate room can be pretty powerful. Of course, there are 3 levels to it, as you said. Doing that 3-level play can be good, but oh, the roam play will be looking so good. Oasis already going to get injured. LoJax attempting to save him here, but I don't think it's looking good. I think LoJax is just going to give up on him so quickly, and yeah, I kind of agree with that. I don't really see how Oasis gets revived out of that situation.
No, not at all. Those CEO windows so dangerous. And there's the kill coming through right now by Ghost. Oasis getting taken out extremely early, but Castle's utility already down. Just not going to have any more gunning power upstairs. LoJax going to rotate himself down into the bathroom, and this has been completely castled up. We have a castle on bench door, as well as we have one on the antechamber window that LoJax was just looking into. So we'll see if LoJax is going to be able to deny a lot of time here. They do have mute drone set up, but Avian just spotted him out through the drone hole, so they know where he is now. That drone is going to get taken out. I expect him to try and drop, or at least throw a couple more of those lesion mines, then rotate back to site. Trippin does have the vertical play on him, so if he does try and rotate out of bathroom, that could be bad news bears for him, as we are just about halfway through the round at this point. And Elephant Gang have a lot of control of really what is the needed spots. Neptune's over here inside of piano now, as he just going to start having a sledge party, opening up that floor and trying to get those mutes off.
Yeah, trying to get the mutes off and trying to get this garage open is going to be an essential part to this, and Avian is going to be able to do this. He's just going to get all of that opened up. Tripper going to be making his way downtown through the spiral stairs and see what he can do here. Going to see if he can get any of these roamers on the board, but wow, that was a very, very close call. That could have been him dead, but he will go down. There we go. Pixel will manage to pick up Trippin for free there, and just trying to retreat back to the site. But meanwhile, LoJax is going to be finding Ghost. Neptune finds Nog. It's going to be a 3v3 situation, but looking pretty good here for E-Gang to try and bring this in. Kanan going to be moving up, putting his utility down, as Neptune's from above will not be able to find the angle just yet. Rich does actually get a kill for it. Avian goes down, and K9 goes down to a Pixel Nitro, and it's all down to Neptune, as he does have the vertical play and does have 2 nades left remaining, but as he goes for the reload, Rich will find him through his vertical play. That vertical play goes both ways. Vicious Gaming take round number 6.
Very impressive round there by Vicious, able to try and clean that one up. That is going to be their first round of defense right there. So it does look like they were definitely set up a lot more for trying to play defense on Consulate. That is the one thing about Consulate, is that it is a relatively even map across the board from offense and defense, win percentage wise. So them going up that early, Elephant Gang at least going up that early, was pretty surprising, especially with how even these teams were the last time they played this map. And Vicious have been looking so good lately, as everybody knows. I was actually really surprised that Elephant Gang ran up that many rounds so quickly. But looks like Vicious Gaming is trying to compete and run back into that driver's seat right now. They are going to be going up to the console off, which is actually surprising to me. Oasis going to opt for the Valkyrie instead of the Pulse, as Neptunes is going to once again switch out the Buck for the Sledge. Why would he be doing that? So,
I think they're maybe expecting the first floor take here, or maybe the new site take here. But I mean, Sledge maybe just a little bit of a comfort pick here for Neptunes. I'm not sure, honestly. I'm not sure. I feel like the book makes just more sense here, especially with the vertical play that can come through. They really ought to be expecting that top floor defense. It's what they did.
Most definitely. Yeah, exactly. It is exactly what they did. That castle window kind of just tripped me out for a second, since they have the 1-1 right up next to it. I was like, is he literally putting a castle barricade on a wall? Is that just glitching or something? But no, there's going to be a castle barricade up on the one panel of the one that's wood right next to it. So
yeah, but that's the denying of the angle, right, onto connector.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
so.
Absolutely. I mean, I know what it was going for. I've just never seen it right next to a wood panel before, so it just kind of tripped me out for a second. Really didn't know what was going on there for a second. But anyway, it's going to be denying the angle into connector, as well as putting one in connector window as well. I expect the last one to go on spiral, or actually he's going to be using it over here on the doesn't really need to use it on the flag hallway door, just due to the fact that you can't just run behind the flag hallway desk, and it does relatively the same thing. They can't get an angle on your feet. So they are going to be starting things up top this time around. We do have Alpha Gang running the exact same setup that Vicious ran, all except for the Sledge. That was Buck for them, but everything else the same. Capitao going to be coming out from K9, Trippin, bringing that Zofia, and then the last two being Thatcher and the Habana. They are going to be going for this admin take.
Admin take. Just everything that's been happening so far around Consular has just been revolving around that. But it's a pretty fair bet. I mean, with Mirror off the board, you can't really play an admin take aggressively. It's kind of a fair bet. I think we saw a little bit from Minor when they were playing in CL's main season, that they played an admin aggressive take without a Mirror and did not end very well for them at all.
It's such a hard spot to deny, just because if they get one person inside of admin, you really can't rotate out too safely, because they just move up through front office and they can just cut off your exit right there. And what a spot from Rich. I don't think I've ever seen this table spot before. This is so dangerous. Oh my goodness. There's no way that anyone is going to free fire this. I really hope I don't caster's curse him, but a very, very smart spot by Rich coming out here. already halfway through the round, and nothing really taken by Elephant Gang. They're kind of locked up over here inside of the kitchen as well as copy room, and they really need to start trying to get a little bit of pressure onto Nog here inside of meeting. Otherwise, this is going to be easily denied by him.
No Romans on the board, however, for Vicious. It's not going to be too much of an issue there for Elephant Gang if they want to play that at the time just a little bit more. But yeah, they are going to have to keep moving here. Tripper going to be able to put down some utility here as he comes through. Bad Wire is going to get destroyed on the Visa stairs as Trippin trying to get the angle on here. Let's see what he can do. It does take the Maestro Cam off the board, so Avian is going to be able to open it. Just a tiny hole here, but it is enough to try and disrupt the process here just a little bit as Nog's position is going to get compromised just a little bit. He is going to move through onto the deployable shield instead as Ghost finds the first frag of the round. There goes Lojax. Nog still holding on. He's going to peek here. I guess he sees the Claymore though and knows not to get too aggressive.
Yes, knows Nogs to get too aggressive with it as Nogs is going to make a heads-up play and drop from Hatch with that shotgun. Trippin, though, going to be able to pick up one on that angle that we were talking about before. That is going to be Oasis going down over here inside of Connector. 30 seconds left on the clock. 3 operators still up for Vicious Gaming. They really have all the denial they really need here, and Nog with that heads-up play once again going to be able to rotate out and keep his utility alive as Avian is going to start trying to put that bomb down. We do have K9 down over here inside of front office. Trippin is going to rotate into meeting hall as well. The diffuser should be going down. Yes, it is right there as Pixel is going to be able to pick up one, but Avian immediately going to get that refrag. Ridge trying to find one over the corner, but to no avail as he is going to get taken down. So Nog going to go on the flank here. It's going to be all left up to him. Trippin, I believe, is still up. That health bar is very, very low, though, as we only have Sledge with full health right now. Nog going to rotate all the way around to Connector, but it seems like they're ready for it. They hear the shots coming from Flag Hallway, so they know he's got to be trying to rotate in right now. This is going to be a very close fight for him, and oh no, Trippin going to be able to find him, and that is going to put Elephant Gang onto match point.
A very close round coming out, but a great execution coming out from Elephant Gang. I think something that definitely went very, very wrong for Vicious Gaming during their attacks is they just don't love the bomb.
They don't love the bomb. You gotta love the bomb. You gotta
have a guy, you know, like Super, who is just attached to the bomb, and he just loves it. Just goes straight for that diffuser. You gotta have a guy like that, or else, you know, what are you doing with your composition?
With your life.
With your life. You know, what's going on?
I mean, sometimes you just gotta say it.
You gotta say it. But yeah, like Vicious Gaming out didn't really concentrate too heavily on executes. They were very frag heavy over there, but you saw Elephant Gang immediately looking for that objective-based gameplay, getting in there, planting that diffuser, and letting the defenders come to them instead. So, looking pretty good indeed coming out. The Elephant Gang, and they're going to move themselves onto map points. Of course, this is a best of 3 series, so even if you do mess up here, you still have a couple more opportunities to bring it back. So, I still feel like even though the last time that these two teams went against each other, this was actually a draw on Consulate, these two teams have evolved since a lot since then. There's been a couple of roster changes from Vicious Gaming as well.
Yeah, a big pickup in Oasis, most definitely. They have had a couple changes throughout the season, but this team right here has been looking so good on this latter half of the season. So far on this map, they've been performing really well. We cannot really take anything away from them. I don't think the round count really does it justice on how close most of these rounds have been. They've had a couple of rounds that were not nearly as close as they should have been. A perfect round by Elephant Gang, and indeed that last round right there was pretty clutchable, but nothing came to fruition of it. But both sides looking really good right now.
Both sides looking very good indeed. Let's see how it does go through. Is again going to be going for that very aggressive hold upstairs, but this makes a lot more sense on the lobby defense. I'm interested to see how Elephant Gang play this, if they want to go for that heavy upstairs take, or maybe if they're going to go for a plant. But the fact that they don't have a shield here indicates they will try and go for at least a little bit of a clear upstairs before they do start to put the utility down. But taking that Capital almost every single round coming out from K9 is a good indicator of objective-based gameplay.
Yes, it is. And this setup by Smoke inside of Meeting is probably one of my favorite setup on Consulate, just because of how much time it does indeed deny. This shield back here along with ADS just allows Nog to really do whatever he really wants to do. And he also has that vertical play going on. Speaking of that, Lojack's going to be able to pick up Neptunes, and that's going to be all the way in the basement. So Lojack's making his presence known just like Neptunes was on that Valkyrie. And then it's actually going to be Sledge. He just rotated through lobby and dropped Hatch. So
yeah, what happened here? Like, I don't understand why.
I guess he wanted to clear low, and Lojax was over in kitchen or something along those lines, and just heard him Sledge through.
That is very far out of position for him, but Oasis is going to get the second kill of the round. There goes Ghost, and now it's turned into a 5v3 situation. No refrag coming out from E-Gang right now, and they seem to be all over the place right now. I mean, everyone is solo pushing. Trippin is going to be pushing himself through into the front office and onto vending, but Avian going to join him through onto admins. Trippin is just going to be the crouch walking Zofia. He managed to work his way all the way through onto the hallway. Should be able to get a surprise kill here. Nog goes down, and they have no idea how Trippin just got all the way in through onto projected like that.
No, they do not. Slammed by the C key. Such a dangerous strategy is using that C key and just walking straight at sight. But that is going to have a lot of control that Trippin has just opened up for the Elephant Gang boys. We'll see exactly what they're going to do with it, though. He doesn't want to try and get too aggressive here. He wants to try and hold meeting, so they do have a little bit more pressure on this lobby take here. They are going to rotate Avian up and through as he is going to drop out onto balcony. They do have K9 trying to hold down some sight lines from out in the front yard. So, as long as Trippin is going to be able to control above the main lobby here, this is going to be a pretty easy plant for them, as they are going to have this bomb start going down by Avian, as he is getting shot up by the Evil Eye, but the Evil Eye is not going to really do enough. But no, Pixel's going to be able to rotate through and stop him, and LoJack's going to be able to get K9. It's going to be all up to Trippin, and oh my goodness, it is. He's going to be able to take down 2. It's going to be him versus 1, but it is Rich on the Maestro, and that weapon you can just pre-fire however you want to, and that's it right there. Rich going to find a nice headshot. Trippin was in the driver's seat in that situation, but Rich, with a very, very smart play, is going to be able to take that round away from them.
Absolutely beautiful players coming out there from Vicious Gaming. Great hold coming out from them, but I don't understand what was happening with the Elephant Gang attack there. They seem to be very, very divided on that. There was a lot of frags going down, just all over the place.
Yeah, and the thing about those frags is even if they had anybody there, there was really no refrag potential at all, just because they were such peculiar spots. I mean, Sledge drops Hatch in the lobby, and LoJax is just inside of kitchen, picks him off, and then Oasis gets a kill from vertical play off of a miniature hole inside a CEO. You know, just very, very odd things happened that round for Elephant Gang that really you can't account for. You know what I mean? So maybe a little bit more drone play based on the basement, because they really did the exact same thing to Vicious Gaming with Neptunes. So I'm surprised that they really weren't ready for anybody to be down there.
That's also kind of the issue with objective-based gameplay, right? You're very concerned about getting that plant down, and that can make you, I don't know, miss the big picture in a way. Like, they're going for that plan, and they don't really have as much control as they really ought to.
No, definitely not enough control, just because of all that utility being on site, as you said. But as this round is going to start, round number 9, Elephant Gang still in striking distance to try and take this map. They've looked pretty good so far. That last round just kind of a blunder, but we'll see if they are able to try and change things up this time around. We are going to have Oasis playing all the way upstairs with LoJax. We'll see if these two are going to be able to deny time.
Yeah, we'll see if they'll be able to deny time indeed. Ghost could be droning it all on out onto console officer, see what he can do here. And Oasis could be holding it down here. And again, Vicious playing it very, very aggressively in all 3 floors on this roam. Last time didn't work out too well for them because they lost one of their roams very early on. They gave up a lot of control, maybe a little bit more than they would want to. I feel like if they can waste at least a minute on this top floor, they've done what they need to. And there we go, 45 seconds wasted there on that top floor. Oasis will manage to rotate down, as well as LoJax through yellow stairs. And they've still got a lot of utility left here on the board here, in fact.
Yes, they do, but they do have the operators really needed to try and open up this area and make it very, very hard for these two just trying to stay on the middle floor. They have Zofia, which is really the one you're going to be wanting to pay attention to. Trippin is going to be a huge detriment to those castles. And really, as well as the Buck, if he wants to try and dedicate some nades to that, they actually are opening up vertical play from upstairs. So that's actually really heads up from Neptunes, just really knowing that map knowledge pretty well. But they are going to all rotate downstairs. They've already wasted half the round, and that's really what you want when you are on this basement site, is just try and waste at least half the round before they try and get on the site. If there's too much time for them to play, then they just can repeatedly just get rid of your utility, and then the plant is very easy for them. But with only a minute and 20 left on the clock, that is going to be a completely different story for Vicious Gaming.
Yeah, it's going to be looking pretty good here for Elfgang. They've got a decent amount of control, and they've still got 1 minute left to go on the clock. But it's going to be Ghost who picks up the first kill of the round. There goes Nog already. What just happened there?
I think that vertical play just came back to bite them right there, opening up a couple of those holes to try and stop people from rotating through doors, and that is going to be the smoke off the board. Really only denial they have any more is those nitro cells that are in the hands of Pixel, as well as the Maestro. Oasis, though, going to be able to pick up one that is going to be Avian, but Neptune's going to get the immediate refrag. Then Pixel going to refrag that, so refrag just flying out everywhere. Trippin going to start pushing down yellow stairs, going to clear out pipes and try and gain a little bit of control here. They do still have to worry about that nitro cell and that Maestro. Lojack's going to take down Ghost, though, and Trippin, the crouch key's not going to work this time, my friend. Pixel going to be able to pick up that one. It's all left up to Neptune's now. So he's just going to drop down Hatch. He's going to get in a gunfight with the Maestro, but he has absolutely 0 health, and there we are right there. Rich with the pre-fires to the wall, as you do with the LMGs. Going to be able to clean up that round for the boys of Vicious. And this is exactly what we talked about before. These guys have been very, very prepared in the past. I was extremely surprised at how Elephant Gang ran up those rounds so quickly on them. But Vicious really trying to compete, trying to push this into overtime. So this is either Elephant Gang wins this right now, or we already have our first overtime rounds of the day.
It could be going very well. And yeah, for those of you who did watch the regular season, that was a best of 1. This is a best of 3, which means there is overtime. There are no draws here. There has to be a winner of this map. It will be decided one way or another. So we'll see how it is getting decided, as Vicious Gaming are 1 round away from bringing this into that overtime, which is actually going to be the first time we see overtime in Challenger League. This season.
Can you say it one more time for me, please?
The first time we ever see overtime in this season of Challenger League. Should be exciting if it does come through. Vicious Gaming 1 round away from taking it in. And it'll be interesting if they do, because then it'll be the same result almost. Although, I suppose maybe we'll get to see how that game should have ended, I suppose.
Yeah. Most definitely, most definitely. And overtime is one of my favorite things. It's not only to watch, but to cast as well, because everything just gets more exciting because the rounds are just so close, and they mean so much more. But we're practically already there right now. This is practically, okay, Vicious, if they win this round, they push to another set of rounds, and we're practically already in an overtime setting. Kind of, because if Elephant Gang picks up this round, they win. If Vicious wins, then they push to another set of rounds. So we will see exactly what goes on here. With these settings, is it infinite overtime, or is it best of 3 rounds?
It is best of 3 rounds for overtime, yeah. So we'll see how that goes through, indeed, as we are going to be seeing action phase of round number 10 getting underway. And we'll see exactly how they want to take this. But again, from Vicious, kind of an interesting setup, I would say. Very aggressive setup this time coming after Admin. We talked a little bit about this before, about trying to hold Admin aggressively without a mirror. It's kind of hard to do, but Vicious are going to attempt to do so.
Yeah, you kind of have to pull out all the stops and try something that you haven't tried before. I mean, Elephant Gang has been so good on this site. And for instance, Trippin, even though it was the lobby site, that relatively the same setup came out from Vicious, not exactly this one, but the one that they were running previously. And Trippin literally just crouch walked straight up into site and was able to really stop exactly what they were trying to do. So trying to do this a little bit of extended hold and try and stop Admin as much as possible right off the bat could really work out in their favor here. The only thing that could really go wrong is if someone gets fragged out extremely early and that utility goes off the board. Ghost is going to swing in. He's going to pre-fire the pre-made hole that they have with the shield, but no one going to try and peek that out. They do have it castled off as well, and Ghost, out of all the operators, did not have any utility to try and open that besides his hand. He really doesn't want to try and do that. So he is going to rotate over to copy room. He's actually going to see that they've already abandoned it, but they've already wasted half the time. So really, what more can you ask of this setup?
Well, I mean, not getting your Valkyrie gunned immediately off the board is something that could be beneficial from this setup. As Neptunes picks up the first frag of the round, Nog unable to save him there. He's going to actually drop down again. Nog just going for that bit of an early rotate there through the hatch, and just kind of a smart play from him, though, because there was a lot of utility coming down on him. And, of course, they know there are nades on the table here from the book. So, smart play from Nog to rotate down so early, and he's going to be able to return back to the site.
Yes, he is. He's going to be able to keep that utility alive. As we enter the last minute here, ladies and gentlemen, 9 operators still up on the board. That means things are just about to get crazy. Pixel trying to find anybody outside on the balcony, but no one to be seen. So the Elephant Gang boys always trying to get a little bit more control here, as we do have Rich over here on the Evil Eye trying to watch that long angle, see if everybody's going to peek. And speaking of people peeking, LoJack's going to go down to K9. That is going to be the Jaeger off the board. So ADS is still down, but he is down himself. Now going to be able to pick up one of his own. That rotate, very, very smart from him, as Avian is going to start to go into sight and try and get this bomb down. If he timed this correctly, this should be relatively easy for him. I actually think he might have stacked nades here. No, he did not. He is going to be able to get this diffuser down, as is going to start getting a little bit hellish for Vicious Gaming. A lot of damage done to most of their operators, as that is going to be one of them off the board. Pixel going down, but Avian down as well. That's going to be a cleanup from Nog. They do still have K9 up on the board. He is playing the main stairs here. I don't think Nog's going to check it. Is he? Oh my goodness, he pre-fires, but K9 with what a reaction time right there. Going to clean that one up. It's all left up to Rich. Rich going to go for the pre-fire here. Is he going to be able to win it out? Yes, he is. And he knows the other one is out on balcony. He has the LMG. Oh my goodness, no. Trippin going to lay down though. Oh my gosh. He had either checked vertical or to check below him. It was a 50-50 coin flip. Ended up going the wrong way for him. Very, very good round by both teams right there, but that is going to be Elephant Gang picking up our first map, 6-4.
Really nice play coming out from Elephant Gang there. We are going to take a little bit of a break here before we move on to map number 2. So we'll be right back with some more Challenger League semi-final action.
It's the unknown, the unknown. It's time to go away into the light. I feel the calming energy. I see the darkness coming.
love that you never started. You once destroyed a broken heart that was already shattered. Holding on to what we have and take us to the edge and back. Holding on to what we have and take us to the edge and back. This love that you never started. You once destroyed a broken heart that was already shattered. Holding on to what we have and take us to the edge and back. Holding on to what we have and take us to the edge and back.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to this incredible series between Elephant Gang and Vicious Gaming. We're going to be getting into map number 2 of Border. Elephant Gang within striking distance of earning their place in the grand finals here.
Yes, they are, sir. And hi, guys. I'm Stokes. We're back. So, first band going to be coming out for Border. It's going to be Lion. No surprise there. I'm expecting Glaz to be the second one, as you do, just because both of those operators are very good. They're both very good, Stern. Very, very good operators. So, I actually already pre-selected Glaz here, so I'm really hoping it's Glaz. That was my bad on the overlay. Please be Glaz. I really don't want to repick this.
Looking pretty good indeed. We'll see how it goes down as Elephant Gang will actually ban out the Glaz. So correct predictions. So come on, Mr. Prediction Man. What are the defender bans going to be?
Defender bans going to be Mira as well as Echo.
So you're saying the exact same bans as
Yep.
last map?
Yep.
We'll see how
Watch
it goes.
me.
We'll see
Watch me.
how it does go down as we do move in. It's going to be the Echo ban. So yeah, you were correct in that. I mean, the Mirror ban makes sense here coming out.
Oh, does it?
Because, you know, it's Border. She is very, very viable here. There's a lot of different ways to play her.
Give it to me.
And,
Give
yeah,
it to me.
It is going to be the Mirror ban. So correct 100% prediction coming out from the best analyst in the world, Stokes. And we'll see how it does go through as we move into run number 1 on Border. This time it's going to be Vicious Gaming style on the defense.
He leaves for Equation. He comes back so much nicer, guys. He needs to leave more often. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, they're going to be starting over here on the defense. It's Vicious. They're going to be going to Ventilation Workshop first. So not a typical start for many teams. Usually is going to be Armory Lockers first, but they are going to be going to Ventilation this time around. And they are going to be using that Maestro. You're going to be seeing a lot of play from him just because that Echo is gone. So we'll see exactly how they're going to try and set this up. Usually how teams do set up Ventilation is they set it up exactly how they set up Armory, just due to the fact is you have to deny that vertical play. Otherwise, the site is extremely easy for the offense. Vicious Gaming looking very, very good on the defense the last map, and they throughout the season they have been more of a defense-oriented team, which most teams are just due to the fact that defense, you are more or less living in your own home when you're on that side of things. And when you're on offense, you're infiltrating someone's house and you have to figure out what angles they're using, along with everything else in between. But we'll see exactly how they try and start off this map and see if they are able to continue with pretty good defensive rounds they've had so far.
Vicious Gaming going to go for a little bit of a different defense, I would say, here than normally you'd expect. You'd normally expect an Armory defense here, but I mean, this defense works in a lot of the same ways that Armory does as well. You do play this very top heavy. You see Vicious have dedicated a huge amount of utility up here, as well as operators and manpower. So we'll see how that works out for them. Predictions for how E-Gang might handle this on the attack?
It's all about taking that vertical control. I would expect an office take here, or for them to do a hard push into the back of Armory. That is usually the two things that really, really work here. But it actually seems like they might just go at it at face value and just push right through detention. That team's going to be opening up detention right there over into customs. They are going to start to drone that out. And this is a typical play that we expect out of Elephant Gang. Starting the drones very early, trying to get as much knowledge on the map as possible, then decide exactly where they want to push. It's very melodic, but a very, very good way of taking the map.
We will see how it does go through as we move further into round number 1's action phase, and E-Gang have already established complete control over the CCTV room area, so Trip going to be able to move through. I don't think Avon's going to be wasting his hard breach potential here to try and get open this armory. It's going to be all about how LoJax can hold this down and just try and press through. Looking pretty good, though, for E-Gang, and they have managed to open up the wall just a little bit. So just one of those X-Kairos pellets going down. Oh, no, actually two X-Kairos pellets going down. Was opening up a little bit of a line of sight to try and push LoJax out of this. Looking pretty good for E-Gang. They have managed to secure a huge amount of control, but still no kills on the board for either team.
No kills at all. About halfway through the map here, LoJax and Pixel still able to hold down the up top. No damage done to anyone either, so Elephant Gang going a little bit melodic here, but Thatcher going to go down here, and Oasis is going to be able to clean up K9. So no more Thatcher, no more of those EMP nades either to try and clean up any of that utility on site. So this is starting to get a little bit dangerous for Elephant Gang.
Elephant Gang being pretty slow with this as we start to move into the second half of the round. I mean, they already one man down. And again, E-Gang don't seem to be too great at this refragging thing, as they are going to go down immediately. One man off the board, and it's not a huge utility pick, but it is a man nonetheless. Avian is going to move through into customs here to try and get a frag where he can. And those drones are going to be coming out. Nades are going to come out from Neptunes, however, through the vertical plate to try and deny the rotate. Let's see how this go down, as Neptune's going to be holding down onto the west balcony and trying to do something here in terms of fragging. But we normally see Trippin on that entry fragger roll to try and get in here. And so fear charges are going to start coming out from him sooner rather than later. We'll see how that does go down. He's going to be pushing all the way in. Just all these Ophidia mines coming out from him. But Pixel is going to get the frag there. Neptune's going to go down. The run out's going to come through, but Trippin is not going to be able to connect. It does take him down. There goes LoJax, the first kill for Elephant Gang this round, but they've not got a lot of time left. 25 seconds left to go on the board, and there's still loads of utility from Vicious. And not going to be able to shut down quite a lot here. Those remote gas grenades are going to be coming out. That's his final one. Smokes are going to come out, but Oasis takes down Trippin as he hops in. That's Diffuser down. 10 seconds to go on the clock. And Ghost and Avian both move in. They both get frags on themselves. No, just desperately holding on to the Diffuser. He's going to get the ping. Elbowing misses. No, he does get the shot. Avian will trade. And Pixel just has to stay alive. As Ghost can't find the Diffuser, can't find the frag, can't find a word to go on here. Vicious Gaming do take round number 1 with an impressive showing on the defense.
That was a hell of a lot closer round than I thought it was going to be off the basis right there. Elephant Gang actually able to, Vicious actually able to pick that one up due to timing. So very, very good play from both teams. Elephant Gang kind of just trying to throw as many operators at the wall and get those frags, but nothing going to come of that. Vicious still looking very, very good on defense. We'll see if they're going to be able to continue that. And they still haven't won Armory Lockers turn. They're going to Custom Supply.
Yeah, Customs is an interesting site. Again, coming out from Vicious, I really don't understand why they're going Armory here, though. Maybe you could argue just a little bit that there's no mirror on the board here, so you're going to have to try and hold Armory in a fairly offensive way anyway. Or, sorry, rather, very turtle way, but maybe you want to play it aggressive. But it's going to be hard to hold on to key areas for Armory, so maybe you want to try and change it up a little bit. Maybe you want to go Customs, maybe you want to do something different here to try and throw E-Gang off. It clearly worked for them last round, but even though it did come down to that 1v1.
Yeah, it definitely did. But, I mean, if you want to discuss it this way, who is the most banned operator on border defense-wise? It's Mira. Mira is the most banned defensive operator for border, and as well as a whole. She is just so powerful that, I mean, by this point, you really should be used to not playing with her on site. And maybe they are just trying to throw Elephant Gang off just a little bit, because every single time Elephant Gang's probably like, okay, now this time they're going to go to Armory Lockers. No, we're still in somewhere else. Okay, this time they're going to go to Armory Lockers. No, now we're over here in Customs. It might be just a little bit of a mind game they are playing. And Vicious has been setting up this site relatively well the last couple of times I've seen them do it. But without that Mira, it is definitely a much harder site to try and hold down. But gonna be starting things off right. Only 20 seconds left off the only 20 seconds off the clock, and Rich is already on.
Looking pretty good already coming out from Elephant Gang, getting that entry frag, and that's already the Nitro off the board. Trippy gonna find another kill here. Oasis gonna go down. Beautiful coming out from E-Gang so far. Great roam play coming out from them. Just opening up, and great teamwork as well, more importantly. That's gonna quickly get control over the offices, and just all the roamers off the board immediately.
Yes, indeed, all the roamers off of the board. We do still have LoJax running around up here inside of admin, but apparently does not know that anyone's coming from office. This Ghost is going to be able to find him. Nog playing extremely aggressive up on the top of the metal stairs. This could be extremely daunting for him. He needs to try and keep these remote gas grenades. It's up to him as well as Pixel trying to get this done, but no, Nog's going to find one of his own. That's going to be Ghost going off the board. Do still have a Nitro Cell on Pixel. Pixel opting for that aggressive bandit instead of using the barbed wire. Nog and Pixel really need to try and play as much time-wasting setup as they possibly can here. I mean, there is still a lot of time on the board for E-Gang, but the bad news is if either of them gets picked, this is going to go completely sideways for them. Drone going to drone out Nog, though, so they know that he's over here playing inside of server, as he is going to rotate over back towards site, but not opting to look up at the hatch. Trippin is going to play inside of that. He's going to be able to take out Nog, and that is going to be another kill coming out from Neptune, so he's going to be able to clean up the round for Elephant Gang, and that is going to be their first offensive round of border.
Absolutely beautiful roam play coming out from Elephant Gang there, and just absolutely eliminating anything that Vicious Gaming stood for a chance of trying to take that round. And that's definitely been one of Elephant Gang's mainstays. They are very good at going for a complete roam clear. They get those kills very quickly on, and we saw a little bit of that from Consulate, but I think it's easier to pull off on border.
Yes, it is. They are going to put Oasis on the bandit, but I'm going to assume that is going to be a 6-pick to Valkyries. You guys saw him flash the Valkyrie a little bit right there. They're going to have Pixel on the pulse, and this is going to be kind of the crux of the defense right here. Mainly there is 2 takes when you do go to Armory Lockers. It's either going to be pushing over the office wall and getting that open and trying to plant behind the bomb, or you're going to be pushing the back of Armory where the big wood wall is, opening that and trying to get the bomb down over in that area. So, with that in mind, if it is going to be an admin take, Pulse will more than likely play downstairs and try and prevent that with a Nitro Cell. But with how Elephant Gang plays, this is going to have to kind of be a stars align sort of deal for Pixel, where he's going to need some help downstairs, because they are definitely going to be looking for that.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be looking for that indeed, and finally we are going to see that Armory Lockers, as you said. I don't know about Vicious here, because their defense was pretty good for the downstairs, but it was still very close. And I feel like this is Elephant Gang's map. We've seen them take border quite a number of times. They have a pretty high success rate on this map, so I'd be surprised if they don't take most of these attack rounds here. I suppose we'll see how the defense goes for them as well, but already looking pretty good for E-Gang.
Yes, indeed. Vicious is going to have to try and throw something at them that they haven't seen before, and that is going to be very hard for them to do, especially against Elephant Gang. So many veteran players on this team, as well as what you were saying, Border being one of their best maps. I do not think they've dropped this map at all the entire season. So definitely a daunting task for Vicious if they want to try and stay in this. see exactly how this is going to try and come out this time around. On round number 3, as K9 is going to be throwing one of those EMP nades over there at the Big Wood Wall. It seems like that might be what they are mainly focusing on, or it might be one of those instances where they are going to just fake something over here on Big Wood Wall and then rotate over towards offices and try and do kind of a backward stake here, but we'll see exactly what they try and do.
Trip it again on this kind of main entry rolls. Those are the drones that are going to come out from Avian. They do manage to open up the armory wall just a little bit, and they spot out the Maestro Cam here in a half wall. So Avian going to drone that out, make sure there's no one in a half wall there. Oasis is going to pick up the first kill, however, on K9. They're going to go through. Trippin does take out the Maestro Cam, of course, and just moving all the way through here to make sure there's no one on that half wall position, which there will be no one there. So looking pretty good for Trippin here as he just move in, use those Zofia charges to go for that bit of a roam clear, making sure there is no one in CCTV, which there will not be. So great use of Trippin's utility there to just go for a little bit of a clear.
Yeah, absolutely. Trippin going to be mainly focused on trying to get inside of this Big Wood Wall door here, back of armory, as Neptunes is actually down here trying to find Pixel as the pulse. So exactly what we were talking about before the round. Pixel going to have a pretty daunting task down there if he is by himself. You can tell that by his health bar, down to 1 health right there, very, very close to death. As Ghost is going to be able to pick up Oasis trying to rotate over towards half wall. This is going to try and open up, this is going to open up the site quite a bit for the boys of Elephant Gang, as the first Toxic Babe is going to go down, but Avian's just going to reverse planet, and that Toxic Babe is not going to have any effect on him, but what will have effect on him is a natural cell by the hands of Pixel there, as he is going to be able to take him down. But Trippin's going to immediately pick up the diffuser. Pixel is just fighting it out right now. Pixel's going to go for 3 right off the top of it. Oh my goodness, he's completely changed out this round, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't matter if you have 1 health in a dream, as long as you have a gun, you can change up an entire round. That vertical play, such a beautiful thing from Pixel right there, but he's finally going to go down, trying to go for the flank. Ghost can be able to pick him up, but Ghost himself has a very, very low health. Is he going to be able to find these last 2? He does have the bomb here, but he does not have much time to play, as Nog is going to peek out while Ghost has a flash in his hand, and it's going to be a pretty easy kill for him, as it is going to be round number 2 for Vicious.
Absolutely beautiful plays coming out from Pixel there in the roam, and I'm amazed that, you know, despite the fact that Elephant Gang typically have a pretty good roam clear, they never managed to pick up Pixel. He managed to end up 3k on that round, doing very well for himself on the pulse, and he denied the plant on top of that. So he really did everything he needed to do there as a pulse. So a little bit disappointing coming out from E-Gang, but very well played from individually Pixel, but overall by Vicious to allow him to stay on that run for as long as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. The offensive unit of Elephant Gang was looking very, very good right there. I just don't think that they thought that Pulse was going to try and rotate back towards the front, just due to the fact of how much damage they did to him. And Pixel opting to do that and really just change up the entire round for them. That's definitely something that Elephant Gang could not have predicted, and really came back to bite them.
Did really come back to bite them indeed. We'll see how it goes through as we move into round number 4. Looking pretty good for Vicious on these defenses, but I don't know how I feel about this first far, because as I said, I feel like this is Elephant Gang's map over anything, and the fact that Vicious are currently in the lead here says a lot about how Elephant Gang are playing this so far. Their roam clear hasn't been as good as I was expecting it to be. They had a good roam clear during the second round, but so far, it's not going too well for them.
No, not going too well for them so far, but honestly, Vicious is a very, very defense-oriented team. So, if they're able to make it out of this with that 4-1 lead over E-Gang, I definitely see this map going into their favor. But if it does go to that 3-2 split and map count, this could be very, very daunting to them. Elephant Gang, I mean, just a fantastic team all the way around, being top of the CL, as well as just performing really, really well with the USN as well. This could definitely come back to bite Vicious if they're not able to try and put the nail in the coffin on this defensive set.
Should be looking pretty good for them indeed. We'll see repels coming up from Trippin, just going to get straight onto this armory wall. And just drones are going to be coming out, of course, from Elephant Gang as the rotates do come through from Rich to try and get back out into customs, but almost gets picked up for it.
Very, very close is Rich to death right there. A couple bullets is trailing behind him. It's going to take a little bit of damage for that, but he wants to try and keep those evil eyes up, so no contention in any gunfights right there for him. So we are going to be seeing Elephant Gang start gaining control of exactly what they want. Customs taking over right there, so no rotate's going to be able to come out from Vicious to try and stop anybody for going for a bomb plant or anything along those lines. Trippin, going to see if they do have anything up and underneath behind the wall upstairs in Armory. Not going to find anything, though, as they really don't have anything to try and stop it. They do have one of the walls banded, and Trippin's going to be able to clear out the other one. So that wall is going to be able to get opened now. And so far, they have been doing a pretty good job on this offense. That last round there was just kind of a blunder for them. The 2 rounds that Vicious have picked up have been relatively close on both sides, but just Vicious able to win them out. Elephant Gang, a lot more methodical this time. I expect a lot more drone play out of them this time around, as they are going to try and take away that vertical control that Vicious currently has.
Yeah, definitely looking pretty good for them so far. As I said, there's a lot of control here for E-Gang, but still no kills on the board either way. So it still could go either way here. And don't forget, the last time this came down, it did come down to 1v1. It was a win by time, but what a shot from Trippin. Can take the head straight off of Oasis and getting the first opening frag here. That's going to be a 5v4 situation, looking much, much better for Elephant Gang moving through. And we'll see exactly how that does culminate into an attack for them. But Vicious still managed to hold on to quite a lot of here, especially that Pixel still playing in the small office here in Armory. This could end very, very well for him. He does have that Nitro Cell, of course, so he could throw it through onto that Armory wall. Try and go for a kill that way instead. Of course, that vertical play is still open as well, so he could through Nitro Cell through that way, but he is actually going to rotate downstairs, recognizing that he has lost control and does have an angle. LoJax is going to take Ghost off the board immediately. It's a 4v3 now. Sorry, 4v4. As Vicious do even the scoreboard out, but K9 going to be able to return it right on back. There goes Nog. That's the smoke off the board, and a lot of the plant denial with it as well. Pixel is going to be able to find Avian's feet. He puts him down to 1 HP, but is going to get picked out himself. Trippin puts him down. And K9 finishes off Rich. That's going to be Elephant Gang. You take round number 4, looking much, much better for K9 there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Elephant Gang firing on all cylinders that round. Going to make quick work of all the boys on Vicious. And honestly, their overall control right there at the end of the round, their first kill of that round actually went down under the 1 minute mark. So Elephant Gang really just kicking it into high gear to try and take as much control as possible. And winning them the round really put Vicious inside of a blender right there. Really just chopped them all up. So very easy for Elephant Gang is that round, as we are going to be going into the last round before the role swap. We'll see exactly who is going to come out on top of the defensive rounds of Vicious.
Coming out from them, indeed, we'll see how he does go through. As we move into round number 5, it is going to be the final attack coming out from Elephant Gang. I still think that depending on how Elephant Gang's final attack here goes, we'll see how that goes through. But it is going to be a rehost, no? Okay then.
Is he good? Is he okay?
He's fine. He's fine. It's all good. It's all
right.
We're all good. It's not going to be a rehost. Thank God for that. That would have been a bit annoying.
Somebody better knock out some wood.
Yeah, definitely.
I got you.
We'll see how it goes down as we
go.
move into the final attack coming through here for Elephant Gang. Vicious Gaming having some pretty good defenses so far, all thoughts given here. Considering that Elephant Gang ought to be winning most of these attacks, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. I think that goes back to the whole thing that we talked about before. Vicious are just very, very good on defense. They've been that way the entire time, and they showed that again in the Mouse game that they played on USN. So I really expected nothing less out of them. I expected a very, very close set for Vicious Gaming's defensive setup. And the same thing happened on Consulate. So Elephant Gang being able to pick up 2 rounds right now is very, very, very good for them. If they come out of this split on a high note and they go up 3-2, I definitely see Elephant Gang in the driver's seat of this map. They're going to be very, very close to victory because their defensive sets have been so good.
They have been so good indeed. I'm interested to see how Elephant Gang do on that defense, but before we get to that, we've still got one more round to go here. And Ghost is going to be able to get all the way in here. He's going to drop the hatch. I'm not sure if that was intentional or not. It doesn't look like it was, since he is going to rotate out. I don't think he actually knew that the hatch was even open.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
That was just, you know what that was right there, Stern? That was just a very good strategy by Vicious Gaming, able to deny the time that Ghost has as he's going to mistakenly drop the hatch. A very heads-up play for Vicious Gaming.
Yeah, 200 IQ indeed. Trippin just gonna miss the shots there. Oh no, sorry. I thought he was playing close to the window. The silhouettes are always very deceiving, but Trippin is gonna be able to get in through onto AC window, straight into archives, and sees what he can do here. Lots of roam clear coming out from E-Gang, lots of control already coming out from them. But again, still no frag on the board from either side just yet, but not a lot of control still achieved for Vicious. There's only Oasis left remaining in the armory.
A bomb has been located.
Yeah, it is, and he's playing all the way at the back right here. As soon as he gets droned out, he's going to have to try and rotate out or waste as much time as possible and dedicate his life to try and hold down this vertical play right here. But I expect Elephant Gang to not let him live for too long once they find out that he is upstairs. He does have some ADSs to try and prevent any of the throwables coming his way. But Elephant Gang is more focused on site control right now, as you guys can see those drones dancing down below. But they are going to find out Oasis is upstairs inside of Armory. And Oasis is going to dedicate his life. He's just going to back up all the way to the wood panel and hope for the best. Oh my goodness, what a very close shot by tripping through the floor. They're not able to do very much damage. Rich going to take a very, very minimal amount. Possibly just a toe shot coming out from him, but Oasis is going to pre-fire through. None of those bullets going to connect either. Under a minute left on the clock. This is the exact same spot Elephant Gang was in the last time that they took this site. Last time able to really make it work for themselves, as they did just try and kick it into high gear. But this time around it is going to be Rich. Rich is immediately going to get refragged by Avian. As Tripp is going to be able to possibly take out one of his own. Is he going to win the gunfight? This is so close. As frags are going down everywhere. Kanan is going to pick up one. Tripp is going to pick up one as well. And the diffuser has actually went down, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, this round for Elephant Gang. How do they do it? Oh my gosh, it is going to be Nog going down, but it is going to be a pickup from Pixels. Avian's going to go down himself, and that is going to be the cleanup in bathroom. But K9 clean up that round for Elephant Gang. I mean, these rounds have been so hellish. Elephant Gang, though, really able to fight through all that hellfire and pick up these rounds every single time they've went this way.
Pretty good round from Pixel, though, especially. But I feel like that E-Gang, it goes both ways, right? I mean, we were talking about, you gotta love the bomb, right? You gotta have that diffuser down. So with Vicious Gaming weren't doing their attacks, but Elephant Gang seemed to be a little bit more too tunnel visioned on putting that bomb down. They get it down, even though maybe they don't have enough control that they want. Maybe they don't have the frags that they need. Maybe they're not in a position where they can actually cover that diffuser. They just want to get that diffuser down as soon as possible. And sometimes you see it going down in a position which is sometimes easily compromised.
Yeah, and sometimes it is possible to just love it too much, Stern. It is possible. Sometimes you just love it too much,
You can have too much of a good thing.
Yeah, exactly. You can literally die from drinking too much water. So I mean, this is one of those instances. If you love the bomb too much, then you're just like, okay, yeah, there might be 5 people up, but there's this little spot over here inside of the bomb room that I can just plant, and I'm just gonna do that. And then that's when rounds turn absolutely crazy, and that's exactly what we saw. Luckily, Elephant Gang able to kind of catch their breath and bring that round back after they got the bomb down, because things were not looking too good for them there just for a second. But that is going to be the role swap, guys. There is going to be Elephant Gang coming out on top of that one. And we are going to have the very... Oh, actually, I'm sorry. He changed back to my queue. They flashed a Maverick there for a second, assuming that they were going to try and pop a couple holes in the back of Armory, try and gain some control over half or something along those lines. But they did bring it back to the IQ, which is always a good pick. Lately, the discussion's been going around her about bringing her nades back. And honestly, I'm all here for it. I think that I think that IQ definitely needs a little bit more utility back in her kit. I think just the Claymore is not enough. What do you think about that, Sven?
I don't know. It does kind of limit sort of operator diversity. It has definitely affected IQ's pick rate, because if you're picking IQ, you're not picking someone else with nades, right? So it does affect that. I think we do see a bit of that coming up from Vicious's lineup right now, but I'm so glad they're bringing Capitao here, because they hardly ever brought Capitao on a Consulate. Something that Elephant Gang did pretty much every single round, I'm pretty sure. So, looking pretty good already for Vicious in terms of lineup. Let's see how that execute comes through, as Nog going to be moving through onto the red hall here. And opened office, office is going to get opened up, but it doesn't get bandit trick because Neptunes will go down. Nog with the 2K moves all the way in. Just guns 2 people right down. Ghost and Neptunes both go down to him, as both the GSG Neon operators off the board already. Nog looking pretty good as he moves through onto 90.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm actually really surprised they didn't have anybody on that 90 camera right there. They should have known there was presence from some direction inside of there. Very, very surprised about that, but it is going to be a huge takedown of Elephant Gang right there. 2 operators already off the board. We do have Avian underneath making a couple holes to try and throw nitro cells through with that Deagle, as the execute is going to start coming through for Vicious. But they are in the driver's seat on this one. Last couple offensive rounds they had on Constant did not look too hot, but this round definitely looking like it's on fire for the boys over on Vicious Gaming, as they are going to start setting things up for this execute.
pretty on fire indeed. Trippin going to be holding down onto Armory Desk as Avian could be still rotating below. He does have that Nitro Cell in his back pocket, of course, so can easily deny the plant if he comes through, but it is a 5v3, and looks like Oasis is going to try and go for a plant here sooner rather than later. His drones are going to come out. Nog does take his third kill of the board. Avian going to go down. Finally, that C4 is off the board, so looking very good for Vicious here. And Trippin just going to hop over into Archives. What are you doing? Oasis takes him down. K9 going to go for the pre-fire through the smoke, but it's a 1v5. Not looking too good unless K9 can pull a rabbit out of the bag here. I'm not sure if he'd be able to clutch this out. He'll be playing onto Armory Locker, still good with the pre-fire. Diffuser will go down. Pre-fires come through. K9 scores a headshot to Pixel. We can't find another one. Nog will score it down. And that was a beautiful round coming out from Holiday Nog himself. See, he doesn't have to play Blackbeard to get kills. He can play Capitao.
I mean, that para is such a dangerous weapon. Minimal recoil and the amount of damage that that gun does, absolutely insane. And Nog definitely proving exactly what that weapon can do right there in the right hands. And Nog, top of the leaderboard, guys. What do you expect? Nog has definitely joined the server.
I
This
think,
map, doing
I
a
think
very,
there's
very
a
good
certain
job.
animal name that people associate with players who get a lot of frags.
What would that be?
I don't think it's sheep.
The wolf.
I actually think it's the goat.
Oh.
So
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
we are going to
Yeah.
see Holiday Nog as the GOAT for that round, doing very, very well for himself, getting multiple kills on the round there. And
You remember
yeah,
how I said I missed you? You remember how I said I missed you? I'm gonna take that back just for a second.
great
Just for a
entry
second.
fragging ability coming out though from the Capitao, which you really wouldn't expect from that role coming out at all. But it's going to be Vicious Gaming again on the attack. You can move through onto a ventilation room and a workshop defense here from Elephant Gang. I feel like Border is a little bit more attacker-sided, especially with the bans that have come through.
Yeah, I definitely can see that. The one thing that we really haven't talked about throughout the last map and this map so far is that since Echo's off the board, I'm really surprised we have not seen any Dokkaebi yet. But here she is. This is going to be the first Dokkaebi of this entire match. And Echo's been off the board both maps. Usually Dokkaebi is that direct counter to Maestro when you go for those executes. You ring the phones, Maestro can't prevent anything with that evil eye, and you're able to get the bomb down a lot easier. But nothing happened so far with Dokkaebi until this round, so we'll see if Lojax is going to be able to have any effect on the round, or if he's going to get picked off early, because it seems like so far this map has literally been about, okay, who's going to get the first kill within the first minute.
We'll see how it goes then, as we do move through now into round number 7. We'll see lots of Valkyrie cameras going out from Neptune's here, and we'll see exactly how that works out for him. But we haven't really seen too much Valkyrie cam usage coming out from E-Gang so far. They were very unsuccessful using those last time, with an unsuccessful roam coming out from Avian. Don't forget as well that Border was the deciding map between Elephant Gang and Mouse Sports during the US Nationals, and Vicious Gaming did actually win that map and did defeat Mouse on this one. So,
Oh, you meant Vicious Gaming. You said Elephant Gang. I got confused there for a second.
sorry, yeah, Vicious Gaming did take down Mouse on here. So, looking pretty good for them so far, as not going to be moving all the way through on the Capitao, but Trippin not going to allow him to do so well yet again. He is going to shut him right on down with a nice headshot on the Capitao. That's a huge amount of utility off the board already, but lots of control here already for Vicious regardless.
Yeah, that is the one bad thing about Capitao, is if you do try and play him extremely aggressively, you lose so much utility off of him once he does die. Trippin is still down. That impact is going to land very, very close to him, but he's actually going to crawl his way all the way over to Ghost. Phones are ringing now, and oh my gosh, a shot through the wall is going to be able to clean that one up, as Oasis is going to find Trippin crawling around on the floor. But still plenty of round to be played as Rich is, oh no, that's going to be Dokkaebi off the board, Rich, as Lojax is going to go down to a shot from his teammates, and it is not looking too good for Vicious anymore. That's going to be smoke nades off the board, as well as another phone call, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to just try and send it into sight, but no, Neptune's going to be able to clean that up from a vertical hole, and he made it upstairs, and just not looking too good for the boys of Vicious. Neptune's going to take down another one, and the likes of Rich, it's going to be all left up to Pixel now. It is going to be him versus 4. He's going to see one inside of Customs, but to no avail. Avian going to be able to clean that one up.
We'll see how it goes then, as we do move further into these rounds, but looking pretty good for Elephant Gang during that defense. A very heavy rush coming up from Vicious Gaming there. I really don't think... I know he's a 3-speed, but I don't think putting Capital right in the line of fire, right on the front line, is potentially the best move there.
Yeah, absolutely, as we are going to be moving over into round number 8 here. Elephant Gang looking a lot better that last round, especially with a little bit of help with the Dokkaebi going down. So just not very, very good from Vicious coming out right there. Accidents do happen, ladies and gents. That is one bad thing about Teamfire in Rainbow Six Siege, is you can kill your teammates. And sometimes, you know, that G Fuel pours into your veins, just, you know, you just see a little bit of a pixel and you just immediately shoot it and stuff like that happens. So you gotta try and account for those kind of things, but that is not gonna happen for Vicious that time around, as Elephant Gang is going to pick up that round. We are gonna be heading over to Armory Lockers. We'll see exactly what Elephant Gang's setup is going to be here.
We'll see how it goes down as you do move to an Armory Lockers defense. And yeah, in your opinion, I think we both agree on this, that this is by far the easiest site to hold on border.
Yeah, I just lost my words there for a second. I do apologize, but yes, absolutely, this is the easiest site to hold down, just because you can have so much coverage from either site as any operator. So if they try and go for A, you can have that control from all the way over in the B site, as well as vice versa. There is a couple things you really do have to be worried about. Obviously, you have to be worried about office or any vertical control they want to take from underneath. A lot of teams do bring Buck or someone along those lines on this map to try and open up behind half wall, or really do anything to try and move operators out from exactly where they're sitting. And it seems to work really, really well. Vicious is not opting to do that. They do have the Zofia, so they could open up some vertical angles, but I would expect them to just try and get open the main armory wall, and that would be relatively it. Just the fact that they have 2 of those. Oasis immediately going to get this wall open, and they're making very, very quick timing of this time around. Only 40 seconds off the clock, and they already have the armory wall open and Claymore set up inside of the CCTV room. So they've already decided exactly what they want to try and take from, but that is going to allow E-Gang to try and rotate over and get most of the defensive utility set up over on this location. They do have an Evil Eye set up behind half wall as well, so they are going to have a pretty good read on the situation.
Yep, there's going to be multiple ADSs getting burned here by Nog, as smokes are going to come out from Trippin to try and deny the push. Dokkaebi calls are going to go out. Of course, K9's still going to be trying to hold on to this to try and deny any entry onto Armory Wall. Doing pretty well with that so far because no one has peeked him, but there we go. Caster's Curse coming through. Rich takes down K9 with a headshot. Beautiful bit of entry frag coming out from Rich here. Let's see if the rest of them can keep up. Capital balls are going to start going down to try and push through. And sees what's going on here for Nog. He's going to try and put down some smokes. His waist is going to go for the plant, but always going to fumble just a little bit, but does go for the plant eventually. Nog could be holding it all down as Pixel finds Neptunes. Nog finds Trippin, but oh no, Ghost is going to be able to deny the plant. Someone's going to have to try and go in here and try and plant themselves, but he's going to go down. Pixel moves in. He takes down Avian. Now it's a 1v4, all down to Ghost now. He's moved through onto Metal Stairs, and he's going to move up onto Mini. He's going to try and see what he can do here, but his phone is a-ringing. Let's see if he goes through. Moves onto Armory Lock. He's getting pushed from multiple different angles. Pixel from half wall takes him down. Vicious Gaming take round number 8 and keep themselves in this for a couple more rounds.
And this is honestly what I've grown to expect from Vicious Gaming after all of these moves and just the play they've had as of late. Decide exactly what they want to take control of very, very early on in the prep phase, and then just go for it immediately. That Dokkaebi reaping havoc on Elephant Gang, allowing them to keep track of wherever anyone's trying to rotate. And it's working out really, really well for them right now. 4-4 is the round count, and this is anybody's game right now, Stern.
This is anyone's game right now. We will see how it goes through, but still, just a couple of rounds for either team to try and lock this out. But this is looking like a very, very potential overtime here. It's going to be all about how Vicious can lock these attack rounds out. Looking pretty good for them so far. Their executes have been a lot better on this map than they were on Consulate, and they definitely are paying a little bit more attention to when they want to plant the diffuser than they were last time. Their roam clear has been pretty good so far as well.
Attackers need to locate and
I think
defuse
that
the bomb.
sometimes, though, they get a little bit too aggressive with it. They're not using their utility as much as they should, and Elephant Gang are making good usage out of that. But there's been plenty of mistakes coming out from both sides, of course, and Elephant Gang are also victim to that as well. But we'll see how they try and play off of that, see if they can be able to shut down the plant at all, as we see another Armory Locker's attempted defense.
Yes, we are wanting to try and play a replay of that round right there. I think that things really just got kind of in a blunder for Elephant Gang on the defense right there. They rotated over what they needed, but that second phone call is really what messed them up. Vicious being able to keep track of exactly where they were, and them just trying to prevent that plant really hurt them. They lost so many people to trying to stop that plant instead of trying to set up for a retake, which honestly I think would have went a little bit better for them if they would have done that. But I think things just happened so fast that they really didn't have the forethought to go for that. We'll see if they are able to try and stop things a little bit better this time around. They have set up a little bit differently here. They're going to be playing people over in CCTV to try and prevent that immediate take that Vicious had the last time. But Vicious going for a completely different take themselves. They are going to be opting for the office side this time around.
And they're going to be doing that indeed. Rich going to be pushing through onto that east balcony, and drones are going to be coming out quickly out from Vicious Gaming here as they're trying to get straight through into the offices area. I think this is a little bit of a harder take than the armory take is, and that just kind of default box take that they went for, but it was pretty successful coming out from them, honestly, and they had a great entry frag ability, especially coming out there. This is a little bit harder to try and pull off in a similar way, but Nog still already in here on that entry fragging Capital roll, which I still don't really think is the play, but he's going to do it anyway. As Pixel does take down Trippin, looking pretty good for them so far. As already the smoke off the board. Capital also going to come down. The YP comes through from Neptune. He takes down Rich. Now it's a 4v4, looking very good for EGAT to hold this down. Neptune's still playing so aggressive. The Nitro goes out. That could be beautiful, but it does. There goes Nog. He's a flying. And Pixel takes down Neptune's. Ghost is going to be able to trade it right on back. There goes Pixel. Now it's a 3v2. Lojax and Oasis left on the board here to try and bring this in. And we're only halfway into the round. Stokes and 5 people are dead.
5 people are dead halfway through the round. What else can you really say about that one right there? Very good stuff coming out from both sides, but a lot of damage done to Vicious. A lot of that utility off the board. No more nades, no more bolts at all, and no more concussion nades. It's all left up to 2 phone calls in a dream in the hands of Oasis as well as Lojax. We'll see if they're able to try and get an entry frag here, but there's still a lot of denial on the board from the defense here, as Oasis is starting to try and find his way. He's going to hop inside, and no, the pre-fire is going to come out. Ghost's going to get absolutely deleted right there. Oh my goodness, what a shot coming out from Oasis with that pre-fire. The phone call did come out right there, but no, Avian with a deagle, none of the MPX. Oh my goodness, going to take the gunfight with a pistol right there. It's going to be Lojax with the C, and no, Avian with a 1D. What is happening right now? Oh my goodness, that is going to put Elephant Gang in the driver's seat of this map. That is going to put them to match point and possibly winning this entire thing.
I think what happened there is that Avian has a pistol challenge, and he's just trying to, complete it. Those challenges, man.
I mean, maybe he just wanted the diamond skin for his weapon. Got to get those headshots, guys. That's how it works.
Please.
Oh wait, this isn't.
We're not even going to be mentioning other games here. It is going to be map and match point here for Elephant Gang. Just one round away to lock this out and secure their place in the grand finals. Of course, whichever team makes it to the grand finals is going to be able to put themselves on the board for at least getting into relegations. So for those of you who are not aware, the winner of this match goes into the grand finals. The winner of the grand finals goes through directly into Pro League, and then second place goes into relegations against Noble. So either way, you do get your shot at Pro League.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Yeah, absolutely. Very big opportunity for anybody that tries to reach that. And Vicious Gaming is definitely in the hot seat right now, ladies and gentlemen. You guys definitely know that they are aware of this. So you could see possibly some breaking in this offense right here. These guys are all pretty well versed in very big games, just like that mouse game that they just played and won. So hopefully they are able to try and keep on that same track of mind. But you definitely know there is not going to be any cracks in the armor from the boys of Elephant Gang. All of them former Pro League players, all except for Ghost, who has just been playing this game for a very long time, has been in some very large games of his own.
He also played at DreamHack under Disrupt as well.
And did absolutely amazing. That one against EG was insane.
Exactly. So there's plenty of comp experience from both sides here. Nog was also at that very same DreamHack, playing under Polaris. So there's a lot of comp experience both ways here, and this could end up to be a very close game. We'll see if Vicious Gaming can bring this into OT, but honestly not looking too good for them at all. I think that this defense, though, from E-Gang was kind of iffy the first time.
Yeah, absolutely. They really need to focus on trying to get one of those lightning takes off again. That really messed with Elephant Gang the last time. And honestly, I think it could possibly work again. Rich is going to spot out someone back behind Horseshoe. It's going to be Avian on the castle. I don't believe that Avian knows he's being pressured from the balcony. The drone's going to come out, and holes starting to get to being able to be made. Avian's going to go down though. Kanan's going to find one of his own though. He's going to find two, and that's going to be huge from him. That's going to be Capital and Zofio both off the board. This LMG is so dangerous right now. Oh my goodness, is he going to be able to find another? No, he's going to pop shots at the back of Maestro, but no shots going to make any connection. K9 is still up. Vicious needs to try and find someone right now to try and even this out. If it could possibly be the Maestro, that would be for the best, but no, he is going to be reset. He is going to have to be back up on that 50 health. He's going to rotate back down to site. So Vicious Gaming really needs someone to mess up on Elephant Gang right now to try and bring this round back. They really don't have the utility needed to try and get this bomb plant down anymore. There's nothing to try and get rid of Barb. All they really have is Pixel being able to make holes inside of reinforcements and trying to find a kill that way. Otherwise, this really is Elephant Gang's round to lose.
We'll see how he goes through, as Oasis is going to be quickly making his way through onto Customs, having opened up detention. There's a good push coming out from him, honestly, and if he can make it try and push into something, it can work out very well. There's a lot of control here for Vicious so far, but they're playing very far apart right now. I mean, we have LoJack still up in CCTV, and the Pixel pushing through onto the front door, and Oasis through onto the main lobby near Arrows, and we'll see how that goes through. And Pixel and Oasis are going to be meeting up together here. Oasis does have that diffuser in hand, and one exothermic charge left remaining, but he's actually going to rotate upstairs to try and see if there's anyone up here. Does have a drone there, so someone really ought to be watching that from Vicious, as Oasis is going to catch a little bit of the Toxic Babe there. Going to be trying to move through onto the site. But the castle barricade is going to start to get hit a little bit here from Pixel. He should be able to try and make his way into the site. Oasis is going to be trying to hit it more down, but oh no, he's going to detonate the Legion Mine as well. There's 10 seconds left to go on the clock. Pixel going to be holding it down. Oasis moves in. And he goes down. LoJack's going to try and move in from above. He's the last one remaining, but Trippin shuts him down. That's going to be GG, well played. Elephant Gang take round number 10, and they take the series 2-0. Very well played from Elephant Gang. Unfortunately, we'll say goodbye to Vicious Gaming. They will return in Challenger League North America Season 9, but for now, we'll say goodbye to them. Elephant Gang will proceed into the Grand Finals and will face the winner of Disrupt Gaming versus Accelerate Gaming in the next match, which is up in just a few moments. It's not going to be broadcasted here, however. It's going to be all from us. It's actually our final Challenger League broadcast for this season.
Yes, it is indeed, Stern. If you guys did not know, it's actually going to be handled, the final of CL is going to be handled by the production team, which will be over in Taro's hands, as well as those boys over there. So after they get that obviously sorted out, you guys will be seeing the Pro League casters handle that one. So that is going to be it for myself and Stern for at least this season of Challenger League. Thank you guys for joining us. It's been a fantastic season. Elephant Gang going to the finals over Vicious. Very close maps on both sides. If you guys want to know any more information about us, !casters in the chat. We'll bring up all of our information. Stern, thank you for coming back and casting the finals with me. I did not want to do it alone.
No problem whatsoever. That'll be all from me and Stokes, however, for tonight. Elephant Gang do take the series 2-0, proceeding to the Grand Finals. We're going to have Disrupt Gaming versus Accelerate Gaming in just a few moments on twitch.tv/FlynnCasts, which I will link, and I'll actually go and raid that channel now as well, so that you'll be able to follow him and check out when that goes live in about 10 minutes or so from when you guys hear this. But that'll be all from us for tonight. Goodbye and good night.